Hi everybody, it's me Trish, the Purple Yarnivore. This is going to be my pocket shawl tutorial. I hope it's easy for you to understand. First off, I just want to say hello to all my new subscribers. Welcome to my YouTube family. I'm so happy for you to be here. I hope that you enjoy this tutorial. And guess what? I got 3 ways to do this pocket shawl, and I'm so excited to show you how to do it. I also have some other tutorials, one for the Pebbles and Pathways hat, the Pebbles and Pathways cowl to go with the hat, and check those out. And also check out my video with the fox. Imagine what that one's about. Anyway, let's get started. Okay, here we are. We're going to do this pocket shawl. This pocket shawl is called the Christina pocket shawl, and it is a highly textured shawl. I don't have a lot of space, so I can't just spread this out, but as you can see, this one here is made with Caron latte cakes in the color Rose Scented. I gave a preview of this in one of my other videos, but this is what it looks like. I know it's very fuzzy, so it might be a little challenging to see the texture, but this is what this looks like. This is one of the ways that you could do this pocket shawl. As you can see, it's got this edging that goes kind of this lump. Makes such a really nice, pretty edging on the blanket, on the pocket shawl. I suppose if you kept going, you can make this into a blanket. And then the other one I made, I kind of did some different things to it because using a different kind of yarn, it seemed a little short at first, but then once I used it a few times, the yarn kind of stretched out. But this is another, it looks the same, but when I show you how to do the different ways, you'll see that it's just a little bit different, but they're all different ways that you could do the same pocket shawl. So I'll go ahead and show you. So this is one of the ways. Let me bring this in a little closer. This is one of the ways that I did it. I made little samples. And this one, no matter what you do, you're not going to have a perfectly straight edge because of this ribbing right here, but it's a bit more straight. And once you do just like kind of a border around it, it'll straighten out. Also, this one was a different way that I did it also, and as you can see, it does have the beautiful edges. There we go. And it has the double crochet. Let me see if I can show it. There we go. I like the way that this view better. What, isn't that a beautiful edge? Okay, so with my pocket shawl, I chained, well, first off, I chained 2, 2, 2, 2, multiples of 2 all the way down. And then when I did the double crochet row on the chain, I realized I was 1 short. So I had to redo it again. So basically what I did, okay, and this is how my brain works, is I did 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, and it was all an even number, right? And then because I was 1 stitch short, I added on 1 more. So let's say I wanted a total of 30 stitches, okay? I added on that one extra to make it 31, so it's an odd number. And then I did my plus 2. So on my pocket shawls, I chained 201 plus 2. Or if it makes it easier, you could say I'm going to chain 200 plus 3. So the first one I wanted to show you, by the way, I'm using an eye hook. I don't know if that's going to come in very well. There we go. An eye hook, 5.5 millimeter crochet hook. I like to use just this plain boy crochet hooks. I like how the yarn slides up and down. These work really well for me. I get them for like, I don't know, $1.25, $1.30 at Walmart. As you can see, I've worn it down pretty good. It's one of my favorite hooks to use. I'm also using a 4-weight yarn. You can use any 4-weight yarn. Probably can use any type of yarn. You just have to make your chains bigger or smaller, your initial chaining. But like I said, when I chained my pocket shawls, I chained 201 chains plus 2. So this is how we do this. So essentially, you're going to do all your chains, and then you're going to double crochet in the 4th chain from the hook, okay? And then you're going to chain all the way down. You're on this particular one, you're going to chain 1 and turn. So I'm going to undo this really quick so I can show you. Okay, so just to repeat, I'm using an eye hook, 4-weight yarn. This sample is using Red Heart Super Saver Aran Fleck. Okay, I'm going to bring this in just a little closer. I got my cool new, oh, what do they call it? I'm using this for the first time. They call it a recording camera stand or recording microphone stand. Either way, it's this really cool stand. I have so much room. I don't have to hug a tripod. This is my first time using it. Very excited. Okay, so back to this. So repeat. Eye hook, 4-weight yarn. I'm using, I chained 201 plus 2. I double crocheted into the 4th chain from the hook, and then in each chain down, I double crocheted, okay? So then, let me undo this real quick. Okay, so once I did my last double crochet of the row, on this example, I chained 1. I turned my work, and then I double crochet in that very first stitch. I chained 1. I skipped this next one, and then I did, for lack of a better term, a bobble, but not a complete bobble, and I'll show you what I mean. So I yarn over, I went in, pulled up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, I held that, yarn over, go in, pull up a loop, pull through 2 loops. You have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 2 loops. And you do this a total of 5 times. So I've just done it 3 times, and I have 4 loops on my hook. 1 from this stitch and 3 from the 3 double crochets. Okay, so we're going to do this 2 more times. 1, 2, for a total of 5. Okay. Now you're going to yarn over and pull through all the loops. Okay. And then you're going to chain 1. You're going to skip 1 because this chain 1 counts for this stitch. Okay. So then you're going to yarn over, do another incomplete bobbles, I guess you could say. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yarn over, pull through all the loops. Chain 1, skip 1, and do this here. So I'm going to pause this video. I'm going to do this all the way down. Okay. And when I get to the 3rd stitch from the end, I will show you what to do next. Okay. So actually I'm down to my last 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. I chained 1 on this pseudo cluster bobble. I'm going to do 1 more cluster right here. I'm going to chain 1, and just like on this end, we are going to skip this stitch, and into our chain, we are going to do a simple double crochet. Okay. Then we're going to chain 1, turn our work, and as you can see, this really pops out. It pops out. Not quite as much as a bobble, a full-blown bobble, but this really pops. Okay. So then we chained 1. We're going to double crochet in this stitch here. So 1 double crochet. And then as you can see, we have this one here and this one here. This here is the chain 1. Okay. So we're going to put a double crochet in this and a double crochet in this. So double crochet. Weasel your hook right into that stitch there, pull up, double crochet, and then in this one here, we're also going to do a double crochet. Next one, we're going to double crochet here and double crochet here. And we're going to do this in every single one across. Every single one. Double in the little stitch. Double in the big stitch. Double in the little stitch. Double in the big one. And that way, every stitch you did on this row is accounted for on this row. So go ahead and do your double crochets all the way down. And I'll meet you here at the end. Okay, we're here at the end. So here's the thing. Because we did a chain 1, I just did the 2 double crochets in my last bobble. Because we chained 1 here, we have to put a double crochet right here. So be sure to fill that in, that chain 1 space that we did. Okay. And then double crochet in your last stitch. Okay, so that's what that looks like. Now, you may say, but we didn't do that in the in the beginning one. We did actually, because this accounts for this stitch here. Okay. you have the top of this and you have the top of this. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. I chained 30 for this sample. 31, I'm sorry, 31 plus 2, so 33 double crocheted in the fourth chain from the hook, so I should have a total of 31. I count all my double crochets and I do have 31. So we do that double crochet in that chain one space and then in this final stitch here. Now here comes the fun part. We're going to chain one, okay, we're going to turn our work. And we're going to do a single crochet in this stitch. Now, I don't mind this row, even though it's a post row. I don't mind it because I have a much easier time doing front posts than back posts. Okay, and whether it's a double crochet, single crochet, triple crochet, front posts are easier for me. Okay, I'm going to bring this in just a hair closer. Give me a chance to play a little more with my new arm thingy. Okay, so we double crochet, or I'm sorry, single crochet in this stitch here. Now we are going to do a front post single crochet. Okay, we're going to front post single crochet, front post single crochet, front post single crochet. We are going to front post single crochet on every single stitch until the last stitch. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and I'll meet you at the end. Okay, so I have made it all the way down. I did all my front post single crochets. And then in this final stitch here, you're just going to do a regular single crochet under the both loops. Okay, you're going to chain 3 and you're going to turn. Now look at this. See how weird this kind of is because we did the single crochet post. These don't really stand up so much, but what we're going to do is we're going to double crochet in each of these back single crochets. So this here counts as our first double crochet. And if it helps, just fold this down, okay? So we're going to double crochet in the next stitch. I'm sorry, back up. I am sorry. Okay, when you finish this back post row, actually you're going to chain 1 and turn, not chain 3. Okay, so then you're going to double crochet in this first stitch. Okay, and then you're going to, I'm going to pull this down a little so I can see, this is the ribbing here. This is these are your front post single crochets. Okay, so you will chain 1, turn, and do a double crochet in this stitch. And then you're going to do a double crochet in the next stitch, and in the next stitch, and in the next stitch after that. And you're going to double crochet in every single stitch down, okay? Now, it looks like your work is smiling at you, okay? But this will change. So don't panic, don't worry if your work is like, good morning, I'm so happy to see you here. Double crochet all the way down and I'll meet you at the end. Okay, so I'm back and I have 2 stitches left. I'm sorry, no, 3 stitches left. Ooh, I almost skipped one. Okay, So we're going to double crochet in that one, which goes to this one here, double crochet for this one. And then you're going to double crochet in this one. Chain one. And see how that kind of flattens out a little better? And then you know what? Look at that. And the more rows you do, the more it'll square off for you. Because after this row, guess what row is next? Yes, you're going to go back to this. To this. Right here. Your mock bobble, your bobble slash cluster, whatever you want to call it. Because you're doing a chain one at the top instead of doing a single crochet in the next stitch. Okay, so that is example one. You just repeat, you go back to this one, double crochet, back post single crochet, double crochet, bobble. Okay, so you repeat from here and you just keep repeating that until your shawl is as tall as or as wide as you want it to be. Next example. Okay, this is the one that is going to give you these bumps here. Isn't that just cute? Like, you don't even have to do a border because it's like all right there. Okay, so after you do your single crochet row, after you chain, double crochet in the fourth chain from the hook and all the way down on this one. Okay, I put the stitch in so I wouldn't forget which one was which. Okay. On this one, okay, so you're on your last stitch. You need to chain. You're going to chain 3. Okay. And instead of skipping this next stitch, we're going to give it a nice rounded edge. So we are immediately going to do a bobble in this stitch, like a real full-blown bobble this time. Okay, so you're going to yarn over, go in, do a 5 double crochet bobble. How many was that? 4, 5. Pull through, but we are not going to chain 1 this time. No, no, no. Instead, we are going to single crochet into the next stitch. All right. And then I just kind of give that a little pull to tighten that single crochet. Again, we're going to do this full-blown bobble. Okay. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5. Pull through all of them. Do not chain 1. Okay. Do not chain 1. We're going to go right into this next stitch here. And we're going to do a single crochet. And then I just give it a little pull to tighten up that single crochet. One more time. Do your cluster stitch. 2, or I'm sorry, bobble. 3. Nope, that was 4. Okay, and 5. Single crochet into the next stitch. Give it a little tug. And we're going to do this all the way down. Bobble, single crochet, all the way down until we get to the last 2 stitches. And I will go ahead and finish that and meet you at the end. Okay, I am back with you. I'm down to my last 2 stitches here, the chain and the one before it. So on this third one from the end, it should be a single crochet. So we are going to bobble into the second to last stitch here. What was that? 4, 5. But we are not going to do a single crochet. We are going to do a double crochet into this last stitch. So we started out at the beginning of this row with a chain 3, which counted as a double crochet, okay? And we are going to end with a double crochet. Then we're going to chain 3, turn our work, and look at how those stick out. Oh yeah, those are popping, popping. We got ourselves some texture there. Yeah. Okay. And then it's just like the other one. So this chain 1, sorry, I bumped it. So this chain 1 covers this stitch here. We are going to double crochet into, see, as you can see, our bobbles. Now, if you were to kind of flatten them out, you'd be able to see these are the 2 loops. This is the top of the bobble. This is the 1 stitch for the bobble, okay? But it's kind of hard to see it because it's kind of in the back because your bobble is popping out like a little beach ball. Okay. And then we're going to double crochet into the single crochet, double crochet, and if you have to, you could turn this over, okay? And then double crochet into that. Remember, this chain 3 at the beginning counts for what you would put here, okay? And then we're going to double crochet into the single crochet. Whoops. Ooh, I need some practice with this, don't I? This new stand. Okay, double crochet into your bobble. Double crochet into the single crochet. And so forth. All the way down. You can see we're getting a nice edge around there. You know what? My bobble got infinite. How did that happen? Okay, I'm going to fix that. But you double crochet all the way down until we come to the last stitch, and I'll meet you there. Okay, so I corrected that mistake there at the beginning of my bobble row, and I double crocheted just like I told you, all the way across, all the way across. I'm down to my last stitch. I double crocheted in my bobble. I'm going to yarn over and double crochet in the 3rd chain, or the top of that chain 3. Okay, now here comes the fun part. Just like in the first example I showed you, we're going to chain 1. Now the only time you chain 1 is when you're doing the front post single crochet rows. Everything else is the same. Okay, and this pattern has the same starting chain count as all of them, okay? All of them will have the same starting chain count. You don't have to try and figure it out. If you do, let's say 201 plus 2 chains, you will do that with all of these examples. I'm just showing you a slightly different way of doing them. So, just like in the first example, you're going to single crochet into that first stitch, and then you are going to front post single crochet in every stitch across. Until you get to the very last stitch. And then you will just do a regular single crochet in the top of this chain 3. So I'm going to do this all the way down, and I'll meet you right here. See you there. Okay, I'm down to the very end of my front post single crochet row. I have my 2 stitches left. I'm going to front post single crochet in this second to the last stitch. And then at the top of this chain 3, we are just going to do a regular single crochet. Chain 3. Turn your work. Again, it's smiling at you. Okay? It's smiling at you. Even, you know, if you wanted to, you can turn this into almost like a headband when you're done with it, because you can just sew these edges together. Ooh, or maybe you can make this into like a cup cozy, or, a bracelet. Okay, enough of my foolery. Okay, so you are going to chain your 3, which counts as which does count as a double crochet for this stitch here. Okay, for this stitch here. And we're going to double crochet in every stitch around, just like in the first example. And if it helps to pull this row down, you can see that there is a row back there. So we are going to double crochet in the second stitch, and in a third, and in every stitch across. And on your double crochet journey down your row, you will stop. I will meet you right here. X marks the spot. Okay, now we are at the end. I did my last double crochet here, and we're going to do the final double crochet right here in this little single crochet. And then you know what? You are going to chain 3. And guess what row we're back to? We are back to the bobble row. So right now you're just seeing smiley, happy work. Okay, smile. Okay, you're seeing this jutting out. You're seeing, so I'm going to show you on this side how this is going to make this right here. Okay, so you're going to chain your 3, turn your work, and then because this chain 3 counts as a stitch, we are going to bobble right here. Three, 4, 5. And I'm sorry I keep bumping my little stand thing. This is my first time using it, and I'm really excited about it, but it's a whole new way to maneuver, okay? So there you go. You can see that you are starting the next, okay? The next hump of your work. And you're going to do this. You're going to do your bobble row, your double crochet row, your back post single crochet row, your double row, and you're just going to repeat this. It's just like with this one, okay? It's just like with this one, except with this one, on the sides, you can neaten it up by doing like maybe a single crochet all the way around. Okay, so we're going to put these away. And last but not least, okay, is going to help with making a straight edge. Okay, so with this one, it's kind of a combination of the two. Okay, kind of a combination of the last two. So you did your chain work, you double crocheted in the 4th chain from the hook, you did your double crochet all the way down, you chain 3, okay, and then you turn your work. And in the one example, you're not going to bobble into this one. And like the other example, you're not just going to chain 1 and double crochet in this. You're going to chain 4, actually. I'm sorry, you're going to chain 4, skip this stitch, and then bobble into this stitch. Okay. And the chain 4, it counts as a double crochet and a chain 1. Why did I finish that? Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pull through all the loops. You're not going to chain 1, but you will single crochet into this stitch here. And then give that a little tug to tighten up that single crochet. Another bobble. 3, 4, 5. Pull through all the loops, single crochet into the next stitch all the way down. And after I have traveled down this row, I will meet you at the end. Okay, back with you. Now on this one, you see how, let's go back to the beginning of this row really quick. Okay, so we did the chain 4, we skipped 1, and then we went right into the bobble. On this end, we kind of have to make sure that we do the same thing. We still need the double crochet and the chain 1. Okay, so on this very last one, and just this last one here, you're going to chain 1 on the top of your bobble. Skip this last one and then double crochet into the 3rd chain. Okay, and that way this side is the same as this side. See how that works? And this, of course, you're going to do your double crochet row across. Okay, just like on these ones, you're going to do your double crochet row right here, your back post single crochet row, then a double crochet row, and back to this, or your bobble row, back to your bobble row. And you just repeat this over and over, but you will want to end on a double crochet row. So your last 2 rows, I would make the bobble row and then a double crochet row and leave it at that. And when on some of these, all except for this one here, okay, on all the other 2 examples except for this one here, you can neaten up the edges here. Okay, you can neaten up the edges of your shawl. Do whatever you want. Okay, now we have to do the pockets. So what I did with the pockets, okay, and I don't know how well you can see this because it's latte cakes. Let me bring this up just a tad. This is latte cakes. So what I did on this one, I chained. This you could do 2 by 2 by 2, by the way. You don't have to have an odd number for the pockets. Okay? Thank God, right? You don't have to have an odd number for the pockets. But what I did is I started out with an even amount of chains plus 2, double crocheted into the 4th chain from the hook, did another row, okay, of the double crochet. And then this first ribbing here, okay, this first ridge here was in fact a front post double crochet, okay. And then I did the front post double crochet, but then I did back post double crochets all the rest of the way because I have the extra double crochet row here. And I'm going to show you that here in just a moment. Okay, I am back. I had to take a little break, refill my tea. I am drinking ginger peach turmeric tea. It is so good. I added a teaspoon of sugar to it. So good. Okay. So now we're on to the pocket. Okay. What we're going to do is you can chain an even amount and you can decide the size of your pocket. But what I am going to do is chain 28 and then add 2 chains to it because I want to keep it at 28 across. So I'm going to chain 28 and then add 2 for a total of 30. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, and then add 2, 29, and 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, double crochet into the 4th chain from the hook. We are going to double crochet in every chain across. Okay, so while you do that, I am going to do it also. I'll meet you back here at the end. Okay, so I've made it to the end of my first row. I'm going to double crochet in this last stitch. Let's bring this in a little closer. Get a little bit closer. Don't be shy. Chain 3. Turn your work. And because when we do the first ribbing, it tends to really hide the first double crochet row. So I do a second double crochet row. Okay. So this counts as a stitch. So we're going to double crochet in the next stitch. And we are going to double crochet in every stitch across, just like we did in this first row. And I'll meet you back right about here. Okay, I'm back. I got 2 stitches left. I'm going to double crochet in this stitch. And then double crochet in the third chain right here. Okay. Now it's time for the ribbing. I'm going to chain 1, turn the work, single crochet in the first stitch. Okay, now we're on the wrong side. We're on the wrong side of our work. So we are going to front post single crochet all the way down until we reach the last stitch. So it's just like the shawl with the post row. We're going to single crochet, front post single crochet all the way down. Now I will let you know, okay, that this will be the only row that it will be a front post single crochet. All the other rows will be back post, and I'll show you what I mean. I'll meet you at the end. Okay, I'm back. I've got 2 stitches left on my post row. I'm gonna front post double crochet, or front post single crochet in this one. And I find it easier if I can just kind of flip over my stitch like that and then go into it. We're going to single crochet into that last stitch. Chain 3. Turn your work, and you see you kind of have this row right here and row right here. Well, this is your back row. This is the row that we're going to crochet into. So this chain 3 counts as a stitch, so we're going to double crochet into this stitch here. Okay, so double crochet. We are going to double crochet in every stitch across until the end. Double crochet. Okay, so that it looks like this. And I'll see you right about here. Okay, so now we have crocheted into this stitch here. Now we just need to crochet and double crochet into this stitch here. So this is how we're going to do it. Okay, so we have our right side, wrong side, right side, and we're going to turn. Well, we're going to, first off, okay, so let me stop right here. Now, if you don't want your ribbing to be so close together like this, okay, you can do one more row of double crochet. Then turn your work, okay? Now, then you'll want, okay, so let me show you what I'm talking about. So let's do double crochet all the way across, and I'll meet you right here, okay? Okay, I'm at the second to the last stitch. I'm going to double crochet in this stitch here. Now, on the ribbing rows, okay, they're the only rows that you will chain 1 on, okay? So when you go to do this row and do your single crochet, this is the only row right here, this rib row, that you will chain 1, okay? So let's say that you want 2 rows of double crochets in between the ribbing, okay? Now, when you go to do it again, you're going to double crochet, or I'm sorry, single crochet into this first chain. Now your your single crochets will become back posts. Okay, so you would need to back post, single crochet, which is a little harder for me. Okay, back post, so you'll come around the front and out through the back, single crochet, and you will back post all the way across. Okay, now if you prefer the front posts more than the back posts, what you then will do, okay, is after this double crochet row here, you can immediately then start on your post stitches, in which case, turn your work, chain one, turn your work, single crochet into that first stitch. Now, okay, because you don't have that extra double crochet row right here, you could front post single crochet all the way across. So if you want front post, okay, so if you want 2 rows of double crochet in between your posts, you're going to end up doing back post single crochets all the way the rest of your pocket. But if you want front posts, if you want to just do the front post single crochets, okay, you can do that on you can do just the 1 row of the double crochet, chain 1, and then do the single crochet across. Okay, and then when your pocket is as long as you want it, okay, when it's as long as you want it, you're going to want to do 1 more row of double crochet. You want to leave it at the double crochet row. And if you want, you could do single crochets all the way around to clean up the edge. So, on my pocket shawl here, let me bring this up just a little bit. I was afraid my pocket shawl was going to be not quite long enough, so I went along the edge, because this one here is this one where it's not bobble and then single, it's the bobble, chain 1 at the top of the bobble, skip 1, and then the bobble. Okay, that's which one this pocket shawl was. So I had a reasonably straight edge. I just, along the edge, I did double crochet, and then I did ribbing, and that gave it a little bit of length. Now, as you can see, the reason why I did the double crochet row twice at the bottom is because this first ribbing here kind of hides that double crochet row, you see. So I did, when I redid the pocket, I did 2 rows of double crochet before I did the ribbing row. Okay. And this, and I believe I did a single crochet row up the sides just to kind of smooth that out. And then what I did, how I sewed this pocket on, okay, is I picked some ribbing, some of the ribbing part of the shawl, and checked to make sure they were about the same width on either side of this ribbing here. And I just kind of tried to sew my pocket so that it was in between this ribbing. Okay, so that was in between this ribbing, and it made such a nice effect. I really loved how this turned out. And see the contrast? See how, oh, I'm going to pull this way up now. Okay. So as you can see, there's the shawl right here. Okay. And then you have your contrasting pocket. And if you need it to be longer, you can do some contrasting rows of just ribbing on the ends of your shawl. And see how lovely that turned out? That turned out so nice. I'm really proud of this shawl. Really super proud of it. Okay. And you can just sew the pocket on any way that you prefer. You can whip stitch it. You can kind of do this, I forget what it's called, but in, around, in, around, in, around. You can even, if you wanted to, stick this under a sewing machine and just sew that on lickety-split. Okay? But that is up to you. And look how magnificent this is. As well as my latte cakes one, because I know I can't imagine someone saying, I really hate latte cakes. Like, those people are like, I can't imagine that they would exist. But this is my latte cake shawl. And this is how it turned out with a latte cake. Isn't that beautiful? And oh my goodness, it's just one of those yarns that you just can't stop touching. You just want to squish it in there and just, feel the softness. Latte cakes are like one of my favorite yarns ever. I am so selfish when it comes to my latte cakes. They are so special to me. I know a lot of you feel the same way. But yeah, so now you know. And what I'm going to try and do is timestamp these in the description box, because I did show you 3 different ways that you could do this pocket shawl. You can watch the video through and then decide which one you like best, which one works best for you, whether you like insane texture with the bobble balls, or if you like a little texture but not like crazy texture, like the partial bobble that I showed you. Up to you. This is totally up to you. Like, this is your work of art. You could do it however you want. It is very textured though, no matter which way you do it. And this is going to keep you warm in the winter. See, I can't stop touching it. My cats, I could not keep them off this thing. They love this. Anyway, I think we are finally done. Yay! Almost an hour long. But it does have 3 variations, so I'm not going to cry about it. And I hope that you're able to make this pocket shawl and that you really love it. Please stay, and I will have a blanket tutorial coming up next. Oh, I am so excited about this because this blanket, I found the stitch, okay? I love researching different types of stitches. And then I love to create patterns out of them. So I'm going to show you the next tutorial. I'm working on the blanket right now. I am calling it the Lapping Waves blanket. And I'm just going to give you a little taste. I'm going to get up. I'm going to go grab that real quick and I'm going to show you. Okay, here it is, a little taste of what my next tutorial is going to be like. It won't be as long as this one, but this is kind of like these offset shell patterns, and they kind of, how do I say, like kind of just have this bunchiness to it. I'm going to show you how to do this. This is going to be my Lapping Waves blanket. I am using Caron cakes, Caron big cakes to be exact, and this is the colorway Blue Hawaiian, and as you can see, it's the perfect colorway for lapping waves blanket. Look at this. Isn't this just gorgeous? And you know, it works up faster than you think. You're going to love it. For those who love doing blankets, this is your next project. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. I'll leave you to make your pocket shawls. Thank you so, so much for being here with me and letting me show you all the different things that I make and share them with you through my tutorials. God bless you guys. I am just so amazed by all the people who decided to join me and all the support that I get from you guys. Please take care. Like, subscribe, watch my videos all the way through. Peace, love, compassion, random acts of kindness. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.